Alright, check Discord stuff first. I really hate seeing that. It's like I really just hate, or I just like randomly see a fucking thing where it's like, oh, like no text channels, like something, like something happened or what have you. Check here. Alright. Bring up to stream. Just going to put it on, put on the charger. Your dashboard. It's time to see how everything's looking and sounding, hopefully. Okay. Alright. Everything seems good. Bots have done their stuff in my chat. You know, the right bots. And bots have posted a notification on the Discord, so I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So, as always, everyone, heyo, Buffalo Robo Maniacs. It's Mr. Romo Roses here, and welcome to a pretty early installment of Elden Ring Night Rain. Today I'm going to be trying to do the second part of my little non-Leaf of Night run in the game. Yesterday, which was Wednesday, I did part one of my little thing where I played as Wilder, and I was using one build in particular that I'm gonna be using for an upcoming collab. And yeah, it was quite the quite the runs, I would say. Um, I'm gonna try to catch everyone up to speed, even though I'm pretty sure like the VOD might not be around as much, but I did save one part of it. So yesterday, when I did this, I was playing as Wilder, and I queued up against all the main bosses in the game that weren't DLC or Everdark Sovereign bosses. And I ended up queuing up against three different bosses. Um, First one was Tricephalos, aka the Three-Headed Doggo. That went pretty well, and that actually saved that as its own little like stream highlight thing, where it's like I showed the beginning of the beginning of the thing, showing the expedition, and even going to like the ending and all that. Second boss that I queued up against was Libra, or Equilibrious Beast. Um, we were doing pretty good, but unfortunately, because of how... Hey Donnie, how are you? Welcome on in. But yeah, because of how Libra was known to, pretty much spam his madness shit and everything like that, we unfortunately came up on the short end. So I tried for one more. Queue up and everything. I'm sorry to hear that, but yeah. So I queued up for a third boss because I had decent time left and everything. And we went up against Night Aspect. We queued up for it, but unfortunately, around the end of day two, we all went down before we even got to face the pre-wave bosses and everything. The pre-wave boss and everything. But yeah, so around the end of day 2 on our 9 aspect journey, we were I think like we were taking I think we were dealing with the little invasion thing of which I think was like Undertaker and Scholar. We were trying to take them out and everything like that, but unfortunately because we were in the storm and everything for so long, we were using our heals because of not only the storm but also because we were in a fight. We unfortunately all went down, and we didn't even get a chance. And we didn't even get a chance to fucking, fight the day 2 boss, let alone even go to day 3. Which really kind of pissed me off because I had some really good weaponry and stuff like that as well. That I didn't even get to use. I literally had, some really good stuff. I think like one of the things I had was sort of Milos, and I think I had like um, I can't remember what the name of it is, what the name of it is, but it was dropped by a it was dropped on one of those guards, those um, not Knights Cavalry. I think it's Crucible Knight. I think it was like Crucible Knight, like but yeah, one of the random Crucible Knights that we killed dropped a sword, a great sword of theirs, which unfortunately I didn't even get to use. And I think I also had like that. I think I also had like a legendary weapon. I can't really remember, but basically like I had some good stuff, but I couldn't be able to use it because we didn't get a chance to even fight the day 2 boss. So yeah, now today we're gonna be trying to see how things go with Duchess. Um, Duchess here is pretty much as a character that I might play as from time to time. I've always talked about this from time to time as well, but like if when it comes to like my quote unquote main character, I'm mostly known to be an Iron Knight main, but like I've kind of gotten used to some of the other characters as well. Like for example, if I don't play as Iron Knight, sometimes I might play as Raider. Other times I might play as Duchess, maybe a little bit Wilder and Guardian. Um, Sometimes I might bring out Undertaker here and there, and I'm kind of like also sort of trying to get back into Executor. Like, not saying like Executor is bad, but it's just I've been like kind of like experiment with certain builds. But yeah, that's how that's been going. But yeah, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be trying to see how things are when we do a run with Duchess. Now, there's gonna be one build in particular that I'm gonna be using, which is what you see here. I'm using Duchess Challenge, which has a blue slot, a yellow slot, and a white slot, where the white slot is a freebie slot, so you can use any color that you want. These are my relics that I'm using. So first up is a blue Grand Jubilee Scene, where it has partial HP restoration upon post-damage attack, pretty much as one would say the Bloodborne effect. +2 in mind, +3 in endurance. Next I got a yellow Grand Luminous Scene, where it has, I think for Duchess, where reprising events upon nearby enemies by landing the final blow with chain attack with dagger. So pretty much whenever I get like the final blow with a dagger attack, it automatically does the reprise thing. HP restoration upon dagger attacks and +3 in mind. So basically I got like +5 in mind now. And the final one is a green Grand Tranquil Scene, where improves stance break when wielding 2 armaments. Starting armament inflicts blood loss and changes compatible armament skill to poisonous mist at start of expedition. So, yeah, now my dagger will actually have would be pretty nice to use. So, that's my build. That's pretty much the main build I often use for Duchess whenever I play as her. So there you go. Now, as far as what this whole thing is, this is what I like to kind of refer to as a non-Deep of Night run. So basically, what I do is I queue up against the main bosses in the game but I don't do DLC bosses or the Afterdark Servant bosses, and I just I use my one build that I showed you guys, and just see what happens. Now, now the way that things go is pretty much like how I do all my little runs, where um, I play and I do it. I play things mostly in trio session. So I often just so I often do things as randoms. Um, and I play in trios with randoms often at times, see how things go. Um, sometimes I might consider if people want to join me for a thing, but like I don't really. The only rule I say if I was to have someone join me is that I don't really do PSN party chats, stuff like that. But other than that, if people have like Night Rain on PlayStation 4 or 5, they want to partake in my little adventure, they can. And of course, they can use whatever character that they want and whatever build that they want, because it's whatever. Um, but other than that, though, like I said, I usually just I do a little thing where it's like I go as much as I can. Um, and if both my teammates were to leave for whatever sort of reason, then chances are I'll probably be just leaving as well. Um, the only time I would ever leave really for any other exception is like say if the game is giving me some issues um, or I feel like my teammates are kind of like not very good because sometimes I have had like those moments where it's like, and every like a teammate goes down so many times, and it's just like, and it gets kind of annoying sometimes, and all that stuff. But yeah, so and of course because this is what I like I said, this is the non-eve of night. I don't have to worry about like losing any points or any kind of bullshit. So. And yeah, the reason why I'm doing this is because tomorrow I'm going to be hopefully joining my friend Onyx, aka Onyx the Gaming Machine. We're going to be doing a special little Night Rain stream together to sort of celebrate the 1 year anniversary of Night Rain. Even though the anniversary thing is actually going to be on Saturday, um, but because he streams on Friday, like Mondays and Fridays, or in this case, for Friday, we're going to kind of have like a bit of a pre-anniversary, celebration type thing for the game. And we're going to be doing a Duchess and Wilder thing, um, and all that, and see what happens. One of the things I know for sure that one of the things I know for sure that he wanted to try and do was he wanted to try and get Wilder's special ending for whenever you beat Night Aspect. So, and I don't know how many bosses per se he's going to do it with, but like I remember him saying that he kind of wanted to do a little thing where it's like I think he said like the first few bosses that he wanted to play as Duchess, and then I would play as Wilder, and then and then from that point onwards, we would we would switch things out where it's like I'd play as Duchess and he plays as Wilder. So. And yeah, I might sort of try and convince him that I might actually like switch, characters. If we have like some issues against Hilster, because sometimes Hilster can be a bitch and a half. So like I might bring someone else out at best. Because part of me would say like like I might like either like bring out because I feel like if push comes to shove, um, like some of the alternate some of the alternate characters I might choose from might either be like Iron Eye, or I might play as Undertaker, or might even play as Raider or something, or or hell, I might even play Guardian because I got a nice little build for Guardian to use. Especially, the thing is, like, if I was also like play as Guardian, um, it'll actually it'll be kind of a funny thing, but like Guardian was actually the first character that I actually played around with whenever I started my first little run in this game. Doing this just to kind of see if anything happens. Because sometimes if you cancel a queue and you try and like re-queue it up, re-queue up and everything, then sometimes it might work, sometimes it might not. I don't know. And yeah, and I feel like depending on how long things take, especially for how long it might take to get queued up for and everything, might be the time of like, oh, I'm going to like do like X amount of bosses, and see how things go. And I'd say technically too that this might be kind of like a bit of like a one-off type thing, because I'm just doing this just for fun and just for the hell of it. You're kind of like even though like even though like I'm ready as ready as one it can be, especially because of the fact like I've played the bejesus out of this game, but it's like it's kind of one of those little things where it's just like it's like the road to the anniversary, and just have like a little something special planned to to get to be on that road, especially for the collab hopefully for tomorrow. My God, dude. I don't know why, but it's kind of funny seeing that it's like um, yesterday whenever I did my little Wilder thing, I actually managed to get queued up pretty fast against like a couple of bosses and everything like that. And I was like, oh, I'm stuck at and now with Duchess, like, oh, I'm stuck at fucking 2 out of 3. Uh, yeah, another thing I guess I can kind of talk about too per se is depending on like how things go in this stream will determine about like how whether will determine whether or not if I like full VOD the stream, half VOD it, whatever, or maybe if I don't VOD it at all. My God, it's still gonna put me on like the fucking 2 of 3. At this point now, I'm thinking to myself, it's like maybe I should have someone, that would be nice if they could be able to join me. Maybe if old Donnie Chi is still lurking about up and about and everything like that, maybe I can get them to join me. Maybe I can be able to get into maybe I can get into these sessions quicker or something. But I don't know. Yeah, we'll see how things go. I say like if I can't build, if I say like if I can't build to get a session in, when maybe hits like the hour mark or something like that, then I might just, then I might just probably just, like end it there or something like that, because I don't, cause like no offense, it's like I don't really want to I don't really want to like, be sitting here for hours on end and, just trying to find the fucking, just trying like, to find a fucking session, only to either like end up being like having like a 2 out of 3 thing for so fucking long that I wish I don't have a third, or, like I just don't find anything at all, so. Yeah, it's just it's crazy. It's crazy funny to me though. Like it's just like I said. Like yesterday, we got queued up for 3 different bosses with Waller, and it's like now today, it's like oh now I can't be able to really seem to get any queues up when I decide to play with Duchess. All right, 3 of 3. So who's the first boss going to be? Sentient Pest. Oh boy. Looks like we're gonna get a Iron Eye and a Recluse. Toe and Trevithi? Alright, let's see if we actually go through, because sometimes... Okay. Because sometimes, like, you think like everything's working, and all of a sudden it's like, next thing you know, it's like, oh, there's like the little cutscene thing, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, failed to enter multiplayer session, or whatever, so, trying the round table hold, but... Still open, that nothing happens, though, because I still remember one of the times that I had a session, and it's like, as soon as we got in, it's like, oh, the fucking thing just, just goes... So fingers crossed. Okay. Bad. Not bad at all. Oh, we got the rotted woods. Okay. Put that there for now. Okay, I do see a place with fire. So it's the one thing that's, somewhere we are going to hopefully need, we are going to need, because Cynthia Pest's whole thing is fire. Big ass great bow. What's this? Sure. there's a couple of places that have fire, but one of them has an invasion spot. I see Wolfie Doggo. Put it there for right now. Where are we going? Like, where are we going and where are we after? Ow. Literally try and jump over them. And somehow, like I try to jump over them and somehow I get cock blocked. Okay, so we got trolls, so we know that. Ow. Nice. Hey, Nook Nook. How you doing today, my friend? Dude, what the fuck? That was so much, like, HP and FP restoration. And I get to level 7 in order to use Reduvia properly. Oh, nice. This game right here is probably the closest thing I'll ever do to a Fortnite type game. Man, in case you don't know, this is pretty much like like an Elden Ring Fortnite type of thing, but instead of like facing other players, you're pretty much like you're doing what some people refer to as like jolly cooperation. So I think it's like I think it's like the term is like PvE or something like that. It's like, where is everybody? Yeah. Ouch. I'll do that for a minute, I guess. Edge. Gotta get out of here. Ow. I tried to move. Ow. I tried to move again, it wouldn't let me. Fuck off. I want to fight some damn monkeys. Ow. I actually wanted to go there first. I think that would be wise. Alright. Here. Get flask number 5. I'm just gonna switch out, switch daggers. Ow. Yeah, fucking crab. Oh, fuck off! I think there's gonna be another guard, Excuse me. That's it. I was trying to say, like, I think there's going to be another guardian goal because I can hear the monkeys. I can hear the monkeys whining like little bitches. Oh, excuse me. Ow. I hate these fucking hands. I dodged. Trying to fight you, Ow. Okay. Dodging. I think the Duchess found something. Are we sure we want to do the thing over here? Wait, hold on. Okay, so the Iron Eyes apparently got God Slayer's Great Sword. Is it actually up here, or? Because I'm not seeing it. I'm gonna go to the castle. I'm going to the castle up here. Yeah, do little things like I'm gonna go to the castle up here. You know, you can go kill the boss up here. Maybe get like a weapon that deals some scarlet rot damage. Yeah. This. Nice. Got a dagger that can deal scarlet rot. Okay. Ow. And we'll do that so that way I can kind of possibly use, you know, both poison and scarlet rot. So maybe I can double, if not triple proc, some enemies. That sounds like a tree sentinel because I heard horsey. Okay, it's regular tree sentinel. Ow. How? I was like way past that shit. Oh man. I'll certainly be one thing to use. Try and use at least. Which way ever true. Ow. We got another fucking. I'm just gonna get that. Oh, that's right, bird. I don't know if I want to fight this rat bird. Another fucking gold. I'll do that. Switch it out for critical HP restoration. Have him be on our side. And we got ow. Ow. Got him. Alright. So, Sentient Pest. First boss out of the non-Deep of Night run for Duchess. Let's see. I'll do this for right now. That way I can have this for the fire. This for the HP restoration and stuff. Everclear must be busy. You could have waited. Like, they were literally right behind this. Anyway. Like, you literally could have waited. Alright. Noster. Homeboy likes going underground a lot, don't he? Alright, phase 2. Alright, looks like it's gonna target me. Ah. Can't get him yet because he's in the fucking death ray from above. Ow. Nice. Alright, so first boss ended up being Sentient Pest. Took care of that very nicely. Sell. Sell. Keep for now. Sell. Keep for now. But yeah, I'm kind of like curious about like how things are going to be in terms of, you know, like if we're going to get somewhat of a bit of a repeat, where it's like, you know, where it's like that we you know, like our first boss that we take on, you know, we had to, you know, they end up being successful, but then like next thing you know, it's like, oh, you know, we do a couple, maybe like one or two more bosses, and shit just hits the fans. Alright, so Sentient Pass is what we have. So pretty cool. I'm not gonna sell that, but I'm gonna keep the red one. Alright, our next boss is Dark Drift Knight. Okay, so his main thing is lightning. So if we can get lucky to get some of those, lightning damage, that would be lovely. Okay. Okay, so second boss. Okay, so first boss was Sentient Pest. Took care of that. Now next one is Dark Drift Knight. We'll see how exactly that one goes. Okay, let's see the builds. The Infinity build there. Okay. Oh, don't tell me we got we got a raid who's gonna be AFK. I swear to God. We got a chest here. Okay, Raider seems to be moving. That's good. Alright, Mausoleum Knight. I'm gonna take that. A dagger. Ooh. I'll definitely take this one. Not only because it's blood, not only because it's going to do blood loss, but also has FP restoration upon landing attacks. Oh. Ow. Ow. I don't have the level for this. Let's see what this scarab is. Not really anything good, but take it for just for the hell of it. Good day, found it. Ow. There's unfortunately no places known for lightning. Well, it's no dagger, but oh, another elder lion. Oh, that's funny. Ow. Ow. Damn dog. Okay. Let me see what I can do here. Well, I guess I could technically get, not that, I guess I could technically get that. Maybe if I come around here, I can go get I can go get the Ansper Rapier or something, I don't know. sure you want to go this way, lads? I'm pretty sure that's going to lead right into the storm. I'll do that because it has the successful attacks negate damage. I didn't hear any roars, so it means there's no trolls. Hey! I got two moons. I guess Rolana and Ronnie want to show me their full moons, if you catch my drift. Open says me. Actually, I will take that. Oh, hello, boys. back again. Nice cavalry. Ow. This is the one. We can kill the horse. Okay. I want to see what's up here. Much as I would, I'm trying to think of myself, like, much as I don't want to do the thing, it's like, do I want to get rid of my dagger? We'll take that though. That's in the back. Yeah, go right in the back, bitch. Right in the back. So even though I did 3 bosses on Wilder, probably just I'm probably only going to do 2 bosses with Duchess. That's not to say that like, oh, like I'm not confident in my abilities with her or anything like that. It's just um I don't know. It's just, I guess you could say kind of like, you know, things for days a little bit meh. So please we go over here. Like that. Pretty likely more Sandsburg enemies. So yeah, hopefully if we can be able to actually, you know, beat the, you know, beat this bot, you know, beat the Dark Drift Knight and everything, that is actually how I will end it. If we can beat him, then I will full VOD this stream. Oh, but what we got up top? Oh, what we Billbring Hunter. Ow. Yeah, I think you guys are gonna have to unfortunately lose a life. Lose a level. Cause I can't be able to really deal with this. Just doing strafe running. Well, now we definitely got to do something else besides this. So Libra decided to show his ugly mug. There he is, right over there.
It is done.
Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm actually going to put my spinning stone 2 in that. Um, place that. Okay, circle just now. Okay, circle just said it's closing. Alright, so probably for right now, so probably for the time being, I'm probably gonna be trying to use the lightning wakizashi. Not only for the bleed, but also has lightning, so you know. The one thing I always would say, you know, for people that you know want to play Night Rain is try and get, you know, try and get like if you know what boss you're going for, try and get weapons that have the elements of whatever the boss is its most weakness to, or if you can know something secondary thereof, then by all means do that. Ow. 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 This dude, I feel like I feel like he's not used to Raider that much because he's only like one-handing. Inspripia. What the fuck, dude? I don't know if we're gonna be able to have enough time to go all the way there. Shit, not especially now. I don't think we're gonna be able to get it there in time. So probably only gonna be ending up with having 5 flasks. Battle Mages. I'm gonna be nameless king. Quit spamming the fucking fire. Ow. Ah. Ow. Ow. I'm dead. Ow. Well, I think we're not gonna be able to do this because fucking name is King over there. Damn it! He should have been dead already. Like, he has no health. He has little to almost no health. Yeah, that's the thing about Nameless King. Like he pretty much cheats. He does things he's not supposed to, or that he shouldn't be. Or I guess I should say technically, like, you know, he does, but I feel like he really shouldn't. Cause like for one, like he always starts up on this fucking dragon. You know, he'll always just use the dragon like either like to, you know, to like to breathe fire or just like, you know, just to use the fucking, you know, gust of wind or whatever. It's really stupid. So, and then somehow like he took both of them down, and I could not be able to do anything about it because I literally had no heals. Like part of me doesn't want to end there, but at the same time though, part of me doesn't want to end, but at the same time though, like I said, it's like, oh, I'm probably only going to do two bosses instead of three. Let me see something. Uh, I'm just gonna try and queue up for Trocephalus battle. See what happens there, cause I need someone I need someone of a palate I need somewhat of a palate cleanser to get rid of the cringe that was fighting fucking Nameless King and him doing his cheating ass bullshit. But I bet those probably gonna be like long ass queue times, or probably not even gonna happen at all at this point. I don't know. But yeah, fucking Nameless King, even in Night Rain, is so fucking stupid. I'm probably gonna, I'm gonna assume highly that there's probably fucking the fine Tricephalus expedition is not probably not gonna happen. Well, there's a two or three. I don't. I'm just gonna say like right now though, but like that raider, I don't know how like how many hours they have. I don't know like how like what character that they play. I don't know what to jack. But the one thing I've noticed is that they've been known to. The one thing I've noticed is that they seem to be just known to always just only just like one hand colossal weapon when when they didn't have two of them to power stance with or whatever. It's like the I don't know if I don't know if I want to say it's like the golden rule or whatever, but like it's kind of like a thing where it's like if you have one particular type of weapon, then most of the time people like most of the time people will two hand said one weapon until like maybe they find something else that they can use to have in both hands, like the power stance stuff with. So like in this case, for example, so in this case, for example, like if I only had, if I only was going to be using the was it the Great Club that that Raider had, then I would have I would have two handed that because you get a little bit more out of it if you two hand one if you're gonna use a one if you're gonna one hand a weapon like that, it's best to just two handed because you get a little bit more power from it. I guess while I possibly wait on seeing if we actually get into a Tricephalus expedition, um, I guess I kind of like just tell you guys a little bit of a little random a little random memorable moment that I've had in Night Rain. Kind of just kind of like go down memory lane and share some thoughts and all that. Share my share my stories, if you will. From the amount of times I played this game. So one small random time, I was doing some Everdark Sovereign boss grinding. And I was playing as Iron Eye, going up against the Everdark Drift version, the Everdark version of Dark Drift Knight, or Everdark Fulgore, or as I like to call him in that little form, as the Everdark Drift Knight, because it kind of just it blends together pretty nicely in my opinion. Um, and yeah, I was doing some some boss grinding and everything like that. Um, and I remember there was a time where I don't know who my teammates were at the time, but I remember like I was doing a trio session with a couple of randoms, and um, and both of them had gone down, and I was the only one left standing. And Fulgore, aka Everdark Fifth Knight, he he was nearly dead. Like he had like very little health left. And then I remember he did one of his little like golden twin blade things where it's like he does like a little like a phew phew and then like jump in the air and I, I must say like maybe like a triple, maybe like a quadruple, uh, like a little twirl thing with his little twin blade and stuff. And I remember like I was shooting the shit out of him, and I somehow got lucky that I still had some health left. And I managed to quickly get up, and I'm just pummeling him with arrows left and right. And then he starts to do his little animation of where he's going to go up to the heavens to drop pretty much like his little like atomic, uh, holy bomb thing or whatever. And I remember like I'm just like I'm locked on, I'm shooting the shit out of him and everything. And I remember like and next thing you know, apparently I got the final blow to where like he just plops down on the ground, plops back down on the ground, and he's there's a little dying animation, and then my other teammates get up, and then as I'm running to him and everything, like the nuke thing goes off, and I have no health, but I don't go down. Like I don't like I don't go down to where I stay down. So basically, like I have like no health, but somehow managed to put the final blow on. Damn. Alright, what we got here? Lightning. Does absolutely fuck all. Okay, one of them's got that. Say we go here because it has a place of holy. And Tricephalos is known to be weak to holy. Damage. Alright. Over here. Bop. Okay, Joshua. And unfortunately, for whatever reason, I don't know what X and Y is the thing, but for some reason, like even though Wakazashi is in the class of daggers, like even though it's in the class of daggers, like you can't both do like you can't both do the power stance thing with them. Ow. So I think about like, where do we want to go now? Oh, that is a Deathrite bird. I do not want to face the Deathrite bird at such a level, even if I am level 3. That's suicidal. I do want to see what these things are. Nothing really of that of good use. Yeah, we can do this too. We can do this little play fiat too. I think it's gonna be an abductive version because I can hear a woof 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 woof. You know, bitch. Hold on. I'll keep it for now, but I doubt that I'm gonna really be using it. Give me this bitch. Hey, somebody had thing. Nice. Yeah, get him away! I see a scarab over here. maximum FP. Okay, so we now know there's trolls at the castle. I'm trying to think about like where I'm trying to think about like where the first circle thing is going to be. Ow! Somehow got both of us. Oh. Once I could have got that, that golden legendary weapon thing, it's like, I think it was honestly best to have gotten that, because it's, it's a dagger. Oh! Ow. I didn't want to go all the way down here. I was wanting to, go here, not only, to get to the circle, but I also wanted to, hit the grace over here, technically refill my shit. Seriously, dude. Like we're literally at, like right in front of the fucking castle. Dude couldn't fucking wait, just to get, just to get his ruins and shit back. Now, get off me! I wouldn't be surprised if that Iron Eye was someone gonna like blame me or whatever. But I was like, dude, like I had no fucking heals whatsoever. Like, and again, like we're literally, like we're literally like right fucking here at the, at the castle. He could have like, he could have waited. He could have fucking waited, to do the shit. Let's see what they want to do. Brr. That's big. Okay. Let's see if we can go here. You see it in the water. I'll take it for the continuous HP recovery. Imagine I'm going here, hopefully. And, I'm gonna try and see if, get some too. Huh, you wanna do... over here. Level 10. There we can see what's over here. It's a hippio. Ow. I tried to dodge. doors in here. Crucible Knight. Yeah, front and back. Did we actually find that? What was that? What was it? I think it might have been the Deathrite bird, but oh yeah, that's Deathrite bird. Let's see what's over here. Ah, what do you know? Looks like we did the thing just in time. Well, that's something we can both do. That. Are you guys really just spamming that shit? Ah, blah, blah, blah. Fuck. Oh! God damn it! That's cheat right there. Like I literally moved. Like that was a little cheat right there. Like I literally fucking moved. Unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to take it in time. I've got no heals whatsoever. And just go. Let's go and survive until I will get summoned back. So we'll get back there. get that fucking delay.
There is no escape.
Ow. How? Go. Let's see. As much as I want to do it, it's like not really worth it. Let's just go. Well, let's go already. Alright. Gonna switch to this. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this on my offhand because it gives me, FP restoration upon attack, so if I can both do that, then, you know, should be good to go. Never. Because Deep of Night is that, because actual Deep of Night is actual trash. But welcome on in, Cal. I hope you're doing well today and everything. That's going alright. Kind of just getting a little bit of a palate cleanser of a boss fight because I died to fucking nameless bitch ass when I was trying to do a full gore expedition. Get ahead. Ow. There was an Iron Eye who was wanting to apparently, you know, stay at the damn castle, taking on an ogre, taking on a giant, even though like our day one destination was literally like right outside the castle, like they couldn't fucking wait. Yeah, unfortunately, and that kind of puts a bad rep on Iron Knights because I myself am an Iron Knight main. Yeah, unfortunately. Ow. Ow! Thank you. Ow! No! I'm not gonna fucking lose to this boss. No! I literally have no fucking health. God damn it. Ow! I couldn't do anything because I was in mid-animation. If you can get me, come get me up, that'd be nice. Come on, one more good hit. Nice. Oh, God. Yeah. Give me a sec. I gotta see if I can mess with the fucking Iron Eye, because I'm a little bit pissed right now. Alright, now the message, the other Duchess. The, trust me, I can't. There's no way you can that can be banned. Unless I said something that was, like a slur or a curse word or something like that. I just basically just said thanks for staying, and then had like the three dots at the end of it. So that's not gonna get me a ban. keep that for now, I guess. Okay. Yeah, yeah, trust me when I say, like, I know, I've been around the bush, and all that stuff. Like, as long as, like, people aren't sensitive about, like, using the word, like, cussing them out or whatever, then I'm pretty much good. Because I remember, like, at one point in time when I think, like, when I was playing some DBD, I came across an entitled player that was, that was wanting to run their mouth and talk some shit and everything, and it's like, and I literally cussed them out because, it's like, oh, I'm old enough to be able to do so, and it's like, please stop doing this. I didn't say this, that, and the other. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, grow up. And then all of a sudden they fucking reported me, which I got like I think I got like a warning thing, which even though like I shouldn't have that because I didn't say anything like terribly to them, but apparently all like PlayStation's a little bit sensitive, but it's whatever. Anyway, so despite our unfortunate situation with the Dark Drift Knight expedition, dying to fucking nameless bitch ass of all people, I am still going to actually full VOD the stream, and everything. Um, because like I said, I wasn't knowing for sure if I was going to actually, go through all three of the things. 3 warning per month. I don't know. All I know is I just got like a one random ass warning because someone was so sensitive about about me using about me using a curse word, but it's whatever. I don't really care. Anyway, so like I said, because besides the unfortunate situation of not being able to go up against Dark Drift Knight, I'm going to fully evolve the stream because we had at least two successful runs. Even if the the Tricephalops expedition was something I just picked because, like I said, I wanted a bit of a palate cleanser from the cringe of getting beaten by fucking nameless bitch of all people. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream nonetheless though and everything, and and enjoy the insanity that was my quote unquote non Deep of Night mode. So yeah, we are going to end, and we're going to try and see if we can raid someone. So for anyone who's still here in the chat and everything like that, Nook, Cal, please join me for a raid if you can. But if not, I understand. So yeah, let me just get on my PC side of things and let me build a chat. Well, trust me when I say, Cal, I'm going to highlight the stream in full, so, if you want to catch anything that you missed, there will be the thing. But, I appreciate you coming by, though, nonetheless, and all that stuff, so. Alright, so, /raid. But yeah, before I find someone to raid, I'm gonna explain, I'll explain to Cal about, like, what happened to what led to basically having one less teammate. So we had an Iron Eye, as I said, and we were at the castle area because I think we were just finishing up the underground, taking out the underground boss, on the castle and everything. And then we were, and I think like at some point, I think like somewhere along that line that the storm was moving in, and then I looked, and at least I looked on the map and saw that the thing, yeah, the basement, yeah. But yeah, like I saw the circle was like literally right in front of the castle, so we had some decent amount of time and everything. And for whatever reason, the Iron Eye wanted to try and take out some of the trolls because we had trolls that were going around the castle and everything like that. So we tried to do a little thing, and all that. I think we took out maybe like one, but there was another one that was throwing the giant pots and shit. And for me at least, I didn't have a whole lot of flasks, and so I ended up using my last one. So I basically went and so I basically went near the front of the area, and I went to the closest grace that I could be able to get to in order to refill my shit. And the Iron Eye pretty much is doing nothing but just like spam pinging, in that little area. And I'm just thinking to myself, it's like, dude, we literally are right in front of the castle. You can go get your shit on day two. But no, they decided to pretty much just be an entitled asshole. At least for right now, unless I somehow find out otherwise. And the pinger, yes, Mr. Pingmo over there. But yes, so they were pinging. They were like, hey, let's take out this thing over here. I'm not, I guess, apparently not realizing that, like, hey, we have the circle like right in front of the castle. So they left. So they left, never came back, and it was just me and the other Duchess. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much what happened, and that's why we were. That's why we were down on the person. Yeah, I guess yeah, just bear with me, guys. I'm just trying to see if I can find someone to raid, because I don't think anyone I know in particular is doing that. I mean, yeah, but at the same time though, it's like maybe. I mean, like you'd be surprised. Like you'd literally be surprised by like how like how random people are. Where it's like, oh, I go down once, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's like they go down once, right? And the next thing you know, it's like, oh, I'm going to just up and leave the world. You can't call someone a noob on PSN, by the way. I'm assuming that you probably have tried that. But I guess that's good to know, even though like I guess I well I guess you must have unfortunately came across someone who was really sensitive to the word, because like that's because like that's literally nothing, like because you didn't because you didn't like say a fucking curse word or whatever. I'm hoping that this is the thing. Hey Jay, I appreciate the lurk, but unfortunately I'm actually about to end, so you kind of caught me at the ending. But it's good to see you though, my friend. I really appreciate you coming by. But yeah, we are going to end and everything. I don't know if he has the. I don't know if he has volume to the stream, but you know, regardless. Right, but yeah, like I said, so we're going to see if we can do this raid. I don't know. I don't know how things are going to be, but this is someone Okay, so for those that don't know how raids work, how my raids work usually. Sometimes, more often than not, like I might randomly raid someone on Twitch, that I may more likely may not know. Like I like being able to randomly raid people, and all that just jazz. And whether I know them, even if I don't know them, I still try to do the thing, to maybe just spread some new connections, make show love and all that just jazz. Um, so if we can put a rating to this person, I'm just gonna put it right out there right now. Like I don't know them, but they haven't been live for that long, so it's kind of another thing that I like trying to do, where it's like if people haven't been live for that long, I can maybe try to see if I'll become running into them, maybe being the first raider or something. I don't know. Now now this is up to you guys, because I'm not I'm not going to force you to or anything like that, but if you want to follow this person, if we build right into them, it's perfectly fine. If not, it's up to you. So do what you want, but like I said, we're gonna try and see if we can raid. So yeah, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna clear chat right about now. Okay, can we do this raid? Yes, we can. Love it when we build do raids. Alright, so if everything goes well, I'll hopefully see you guys maybe sometime tomorrow for a special little collaboration with my friend Onyx. We'll be doing some Elden Ring Night Rain as Duchess and Valor. But until then, as always, please take care of yourselves and have a good week or weekend.